Welcome back everyone. So hopefully now you have got a file with the following components in them. You won't have two manufacturer samples, only one. Regardless, what we're going to do now is look at importing your own personal geometry, i.e. your car design. To do this, what we're going to do is have to find your car design. I'm going to go back to my first car and show you how I would import from an assembly. However, if you've created your car with some degree of sophistication with individual files, you should have an individual file for your car design. If this is the case, all you need to do is go to Copy, select the right or appropriate project file, and select Copy. Now, if you haven't got this done quite right, and you've only got an assembly with all of the car components in it, what we can do is export just one part of that, and this is how we are going to do it. So once it's opened, which seems to be taking some time, you'll see that you have got to separate your design, as in the one component here of the assembly file, from all the other components. This is relatively straightforward. All you need to do is right click, go export. Once you select export, you deselect save to my computer and it should automatically select to save to a project in the cloud. You then select that same project from before, your manufacturer project. Rename it if you like. Car for Cam is one of my favorites. However, once you get multiple cars, you may find that not to be very useful. And then you go save. And once it's started to do that, it will then initiate a copy up the top here. So it'll say something along the lines of file successfully copied. I'm going to go back to my manufacturer sample now, ready to import that file. I'm going to go to my manufacturer file, like so, and you can see here it's just syncing correctly. Now I've already managed to do that with the same file, really, called my first car, version 1, one of the reasons I did it. So now I'm going to insert that file into this assembly. Right click, insert into current design. Once this is loaded in, the first step will be to save. The first step will be to place it in the right location. Then it will be saved. Now, I'm going to pretend my car didn't line up perfectly and just leave it kind of to the side here. And I'm going to show you how to use a joint to make sure it is in the perfect position. Remember that our origin point is always based off the canister housing. And so I'm going to select a joint, select the canister housing, hold Control as long as I've got anywhere along there, and now I can just select one of those three, and it will be able to just ping between the endpoints and the midpoint there. And now I'm going to hover over the cylinder here, hold Control, and make sure that I'm going to select the midpoint there again as well. So now, just checking that that's in line at the back, which it is, I've got my vehicle. I might find that I need to flip it, and if I need to flip it, I might find I need to rotate it. In this situation I don't, like so. And so I'm just going to select OK. And you can see now it's overlaid inside our design. Perfect. Once you got to this position, don't forget to deselect your placeholder one, so you only have one design present. And we're going to do a little bit of preparation now before we can actually change or edit any codes, and that is adding a little bit of a fixture to the front of our car out of balsa. I'm going to deselect the fixtures here, and I'm going to select my first car here and select break link. Now that I've broken the link, I can activate this file. So this file can now be activated, and once it's activated I'm going to go an offset plane from the rear of the canister housing, this flat surface. Anywhere about here is fine. I'm going to select OK. What I'm doing here is I'm putting in some geometry that will enable me to have effectively a small spigot at the front of the vehicle, and so that spigot stops the vehicle from then accidentally falling off while it's being made. Now I'd like to point out right now that I'm whizzing through this because if you're up to this stage you shouldn't need me to tell you how to do any of the following what I just did. I very easily created a quick extrusion of a circle based from a mid plane here through the vehicle. Having done that, I'm going to go back to activating my regular components. I'm going to re-visualize everything again, apart from the regular placeholder, and you can see now that I've got that spigot fixture that goes forward. Does it go a bit too far forward? Yes. Does that matter? Not really. Okay, that's all you need to do this video. I'll see you in the next one.